Hi sunshine, hi! Welcome back to my channel today, guys. I have a guest. I learned her say hi name. And yeah, the drugs we have taken, which is happiness, is real.
So please tell people who you are. Sing. This is her joy of since. Hey, how many years was that? 5 years ago.
Hi.
5 years. Yes, 5 years ago. We were still babies.
We were young and naive.
And we loved the Lord. We met in church.
Imagine.
My name is Chela. Others call me Immaculate. I'm a mom. I'm a wife.
You keep forgetting you're a gorgeous mom.
I'm a gorgeous fire mama.
You're a gorgeous mom.
I'm a gorgeous mama.
Gorgeous wife.
I'm a gorgeous happy wife. This is the introduction, Nani. And I don't know if to call them businesses. I run two ministries. One is called Young Moms and Wives Support Group, and another one is called Accountability Sisters. So from that you can tell I'm a wellness coach. I love fitness, I love family, I love women, I love people generally. I'm also an MC. I hype events, and I'm a daughter of God, and I'm so many things to so many people. So
I don't know if you can guess. Today I have someone who has 1,000,001 things she's doing, like this, like the 99 balls.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be best if we talk about work-life balance.
Work-life balance.
So no.
Yeah, definitely. Because man, we are being thrown to the deep end every day. Yeah. So let's go straight to the video.
Like I mentioned, we'll be talking about work-life balance. So I think the best place to start would be like, what is work-life balance to you?
For me, it's just being able to organize yourself in a way that you can prioritize all areas of your life without others suffering.
True.
Yeah.
So it's like looking at, your personal life, your professional life, your family life, social skills. Then there's the one, your own time.
Yes.
The private time.
Personal time.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
So it's like balancing all that in a way that is efficient, right?
And it's healthy. And I think it's also very important to note that there'll be different seasons. So there'll be time when there are parts of your life that you'll have to give more attention, or automatically those areas of your life, for them to grow, then you'll have to give them more attention, and then others will have to take a back channel. They may look like they're suffering, but it's just a season. So for our work-life balance discussions, we need to realize that it's person to person, it's different for everyone, and that there are seasons, there are different seasons, and you have to embrace them without feeling like, this is oh, I'm really losing it in this area. I know so many of us millennials can get so worked up.
You're like, you can't even breathe. It's like an emergency right now.
And social media does not make it easier.
It does not.
It doesn't. It really makes people anxious about progress and processes, because we feel like we instantly need to be in a certain place in our careers or social life. People are hanging out in bougie places where and you're not there. So people's lives can be presented in very alluring way, and most of the time it's not as it is. And even if it's as it appears to be, it is not your lane, it's not your journey. So for work-life balance, the first step where you begin is to number one is to accept that you are on your own journey.
I think that is the most important thing, right?
Yes.
Because immediately I start living my life based on your life, and I don't understand why you're doing A, B, C, or D. Now it becomes very complicated.
Correct. And comparison is such a thief of joy. It's such a thief of joy.
Oh my God.
Yes.
With social media right now.
Yes.
Oh my God. Everyone is 25, married with 2 children,
millionaires.
They live in Karen, they fly to Malinga on the weekend when they're stressed.
They're doing Easter challenges and Christmas pajama uniform. I mean, what are they called?
But,
so I don't know.
Now you're working from work because bus fare because kulikuwa an emergency in the morning. Like it's just.
And your boss insists, you're still living with your parents and you need to wake up and make food for. I'm not saying anybody. Stop. I'm not saying anybody. The point fingers. But I'm just saying that it's person to person, you really need to accept your own journey. Number one. Then number two, now you can move to the next step where that now you can now start understanding what encompasses your life at that moment. Is it career? Is it education? Is it your social life? And then what do you need to prioritize? Number three. Yeah, because now what makes it a balance is priorities.
True.
Whatever you give more time grows. Whatever you give less time, it will slow down or just like wither away.
But there's something you say that's very important. Even before you get to the point of prioritizing, I like how you've categorized things. You know, you've put A, B, C, then you can be able to see at whatever point in time you're in, what is number one, what is number two, what is that.
Yes. So like for example, you can, you know, in your, let's say between 20 to 25, maybe you're still going to school, let's say, so you have your education, you are maybe dating, so you have a boyfriend, so that's a relationship. Hey, I know. Or a few. I don't know. These days you have a pool, so that
you need to keep your options open.
Don't
claim someone until they claim you.
Amen.
That's why digression.
I know. Yeah, we digress. And then maybe you have your girlfriends or people you just consider friends or classmates. And then you also have your parents, your siblings. That is also an area in your life. You also have your own, you know, maybe the hobbies you're trying to pursue, the art, the creativity, you know. So those are all areas in your life. So you need to list them down and then decide which one do you need to give the most priority. So in your 20 to 25, maybe you have you're on an entry level job and you also have maybe education. Either you're trying to add on or you are doing your undergrad or you're doing your diploma. Then for me at that point I will give more priority to those things, you know. And then of course along the way you don't want to forget about your parents and your siblings. I know so many of us sometimes we forget about our immediate family or extended family.
True.
Chasing around our friends and the hype.
You remember them saying uko na wedding. Ukisota na sasa kuna wedding mchango.
Sasa mom,
you're like,
long time unaendeleaje?
Niko auntie niko hapa kwa gate.
Uko shule akinanimaliza. And yet you've been chasing dunda everywhere and forgetting. But relationships, you have to work on them. Relationships are hard work. Even like the boyfriend or girlfriend relationships, they need time. Parents, siblings,
even personal relationships,
even
with yourself, it's the hardest.
Yes. And that one is the most important. I think we should have started there. For you to balance anything, for you to stop comparing yourself. And my rule in life is very simple. It's know thyself, value thyself, and you know, accept thyself.
Imagine I'll just write that. Yeah. To be no, because I'm like, that's important.
I think I don't know. Even know thyself. You know, value thyself, accept thyself. Once you do that, you know, it's easy for you to organize yourself because our priorities in life will always be different.
That's very true. That's it.
Yeah.
So now we've gone through like what work-life balance is, and you've shared amazing steps on how to carry out the work-life balance. So like, do you think there's some misconceptions when it comes to like work-life balance? I think there's so many. Can you think of any right now?
Number one, I think it's what we've already mentioned, that because we are all friends or we are all in the same stage in life, our work-life balance will look the same. It cannot look the same. It's not possible. Even if you're in the exact same season, because we are different people, our balances and priorities will be different. So I think that's my number one. Even when you are at the stage where I am, where you're married, you have children, you have a couple of businesses you're running, you have a career, all we are in all the same age bracket, but you see my priorities are very different.
It's very true.
Yes,
very true.
Yes.
My priority is my laptop, which is my baby. I need to take care of my baby. We have to be fine.
And I have a whole living one to ensure they keep breathing.
True.
So our priorities are different. So there's no way when they will be going out and with this going out and with the same priority, my last 500 bob, I cannot put it on a social event. you know, I have to remember I have a family to feed, you know, maybe I have a business that I need to invest in, that I need fare for next week to go to work. So that is how you look at it. So which other one can you think about?
There's the one for, you think that in work-life balance you'll have a very clear demarcated line. This is personal life, it ends here. Work ends here. This is family starts and ends here. Then friends start and end here. I think that's a very common misconception. And I think when you start, especially when you start out working, like you think itakuwa hivyo. Job is strictly 8 to 5. After 5, do not call me, do not look for me. Then family is 5 to 6. By that times, it spills over.
Correct.
And if you're not able to be flexible enough to work it through, it becomes very complicated.
And very frustrating. Especially for women, I feel like our roles are many. And naturally, most of us, you know, like men somehow are able to compartmentalize
things. They do.
You know, like stress your job, ameacha hapo kwa gari. When they come to the house, they'll just greet you and
they're hugging, smiling, happy.
Well, but most of us females, like, our food is very mixed up. You know, our stuff is mixed up, you know.
Unakata kitungu kikumbuka. Niliambiwa the presentation you've been working on for 2 weeks naambiwa nitakataka kutoka na kitungu.
I know. You're kicking the cows and the sophorias because you feel very frustrated. So automatically it spills. You cannot have a clear demarcation. And when you're working in very, let's say, high stress areas, or you're managing a project, and that is still a season, you are head of a program or a project, there are times you'll have to pull longer hours at work. You know, so there's no way they can be a clear demarcation. Sometimes, you know, relationships hurt you, or you're going through a difficult time, automatically it spills into your career. You know, you're more moody at work, you know, so it becomes very different. Which other one?
Can you think of another one?
Misconceptions.
Can you see the one, like, have you ever realized it's only women who are always asked about work-life balance? The misconception is like work-life balance should only apply.
Women need to balance.
Yes. I know. I'm like, when you want to out to cause out to, you know, appear and be gorgeous, you know.
Let me tell you, there are two ways of looking at this. You know, and I know millennials will love looking at it the other way, like, no, gender equality, and then there's the other way where you can just look at how we are cultured, you know, and naturally, as women, we have more responsibility. And I know there's usually many roles that we have to take care of as women, and we are blessed. We are really blessed because we have the strength and the grace to take care of these roles. So, for example, as a mom, as a wife, you know, as a homemaker, as a career woman, as an entrepreneur, automatically the balls you have to juggle are more. You know, and even if men are pulling their weight, somehow the smaller details in our duties and roles are more. And so as a woman, God has given us already the grace, and the wisdom has already been provided. So we are also very good at multitasking. You know, when you look back, even like at our moms, they were able to pull this weight.
Everything.
And so, you know,
like they're taking care of the village, the church, you and your million family, your cousin, like akisimama ni kama MCA.
I know.
Anaweza sema habari.
Your mom was so good to us, you know. And so what I would say, like, to my, you know, millennial, you know, ladies in this, that just embrace it. Take a deep breath, because the more, as we had said, the more you fight it, it frustrates you.
It's true.
It really frustrates you, and it frightens you, especially if you've not graduated to that space in your life. Do you feel like you're frightened about the many roles you'll have to take up?
I'd say I'd like, not frightened per se, but I'm very cautious. So I feel like I have 2-3 years to do everything I want. If I've not done everything I want in those 3 years, ni kama sasa ni hivyo. Hiyo sasa hiyo story.
So what do you think will happen to you after?
Like, kwa kichwa yangu niko na 2-3 years, I'm like, in this 3 years, lazima YouTube grow, lazima nini. And then, like, if I don't finish in those 3 years, like, itafika mahali nimepinduka, nimefika 30, and I'm like, oh crap. Wait, now have husband comes in, a child comes in, and like, whoa.
No, as long as we are here, we thrive where you're planted. There's nothing stops. Things change, seasons change. But if you have a passion about whatever area in your life, even after marriage or children, it will shift the dynamics for a minute. For a moment, you'll have, of course, to prioritize those things. But it will not kill you in a way that you'll not able to continue your I really, women are so blessed. You can very comfortably merge every areas in your life. The same way we are, we struggle to maybe separate. It's the same beauty that we are able to, you can be able to wake up at 4 a.m., put in an hour or two for your schoolwork, and then get ready the children for school, get ready for the help. Like we are blessed already, So it's not impossible, but it's just that you have to learn priorities.
It's all about priorities.
Correct, priorities. Actually. And you have to also unburden yourself. You have to know which area is for you. Most of the time, we are taking up roles.
CZ2.
I know.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I just feel like I want to be the superwoman.
Yes.
You want to go rescue this friend and rescue that other friend. And they are the expense of your most, and not just yourself, your most important roles. Yeah. You ditch a career that it's not fun. You see, it's not flaming up something within me. It's not,
passion.
It's not in line with my 5-year plan. But you see, I will talk about it later. The things, like I wish I had known about work-life balance when I was younger, 25 and younger. Yeah.
There's something you said, the one for, there's a time you keep referring to balls. We had a conversation. Then she mentioned balls and I Googled. I'm a good Googler. I found there's this lady called Nora Roberts and she talks about having many balls. So someone was asking her, I think she's a writer, so how do you balance writing, kids, and family? Yeah. So she said like, these categories, I think they're like balls. Yeah. So from her description, it's just for you to know which ball do you hold and which ball do you let go at some point in time. So there are some balls that are plastic. Correct. So if you let it go, it will bounce a few times and it will come back. And there are some balls that are made of glass. Ukiachilia, imevunjika na nivo. So according to her, she's saying you need to learn to prioritize the glass balls. Like hizo glass balls, like the 5 of them. And then the plastic ones, at times you can let them bounce off and then come back. They will. And they continue. And I was like, wow. So I was like, wow. Yeah. So it's not about trying to balance all the balls. It's about knowing which time to let go of some balls for now. Correct. As it continues in the background, bouncing, and then you bring it back, and then knowing which balls you never let go. Correct. And I think she mentioned the balls that she never lets go were family. I think it was family. Yeah. Family is one you never drop. And family is kids, partners, your extended and nuclear family. Yes. Because you cannot recover the time you lose to be with them. You cannot go back and retrain your 1-year-old. You can't go back and nurture a marriage 1 year because time it just keeps keeps going. And as it's going, but I think there are friendships you can put on hold. Yes, you can. And pick, and then if they're good friends, because I'm in a very challenging season currently. Imagine I'm reading for my end of year exams. I can't go out right now. Those are plastic balls. Going out is a plastic ball. You cannot go out now. You can go till November. You'll still be okay. Next year, I know, right? As in, like there are things you can always overlook. I don't have to go for this trip for my career. Maybe there's a very important family function, and if it's negotiable, you can negotiate for another time to go for that for that assignment. So it's just, and that is the same thing I was saying. Understand yourself, understand your priorities at that time, and you'll be fine. Yes, definitely. So now let's go to the most interesting part. You've mentioned something. If you're given an opportunity to advise your 25-year-old self on work-life balance, I feel like you have a few things. Tell the 25-year-olds who are out there. Like, babes, relax. Imagine everything will be fine. It will align. I don't know, it's usually the energy. You're always just so in a hurry. You're just like, where's my career heading? I don't know. It doesn't look like this relationship is going anywhere. What is it? My life is not this. Can you say many bo? I'm not even doing enough as to take care of myself, self-care, Imagine, relax. You're going to be fine. Everything will align in due time. That is something I would be very, because like my first jobs were very challenging, and at that time I was, of course, the first thought is usually exit without
like just checking in, like, is there something I'm learning? Is it a place I can grow? Is it a space I can evolve into? Is it good? Because in that difficulty is where you are sharpened. So don't jump out of responsibility or roles just because they become hard. And that applies to all areas, even relationships. In the hardness, there's something to learn.
I know we hate. I know. It's all about not even sexual relationships, even friendships. Even this person is not working for me. It's toxic.
I'm out.
Your Gina, by the way, misuse.
Honey, stop misusing
toxicity. Everyone is a narcissist.
I know.
And everything is for self-care.
I know.
Those 3 words have been so abused. It's lost the meaning.
Correct.
The true meaning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is one. I'll just tell myself to relax. Yeah. Another, I'll just tell myself it's the season. Just embrace it. And I think they tie together. If it's a season of like many exams, there's a lot of embrace it. Don't fight it so hard.
True. Very true.
The more the more you fight, the more the system fights you. It just
by the way,
frustrates you.
And I feel like the more you fight, you enter that point in time when you become survival mode.
Yes.
In survival mode, someone can tell you the window is not closed. All of a sudden, you feel like they want to fight you.
Correct.
Because your mind is like everyone is attacking. Like you need to defend.
Yeah.
But if you don't put yourself in that mode, you'll be like, oh yeah, but the window is open. I need to close it.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is very true.
It's very true. You just need to relax. Just embrace the season. And then another part is seek out for solutions, not just problems.
That's hard. Like it's true.
Just seek for solutions. Most of our challenges and most of the times we find ourselves in trouble is because we don't want to look at the good and for the solution.
I know
yes,
why.
you're feeling overwhelmed.
I know why.
Yeah.
There's some people you identify with the problem.
Correct.
So
you enjoy the victimization.
So like let me say which one.
I feel like it's usually like a suffering competition.
It becomes an identity. So like I can tell you, like I've been wearing specs for over 24 years.
Yeah.
How old am I? Yeah. Okay, for 20 years. So now it becomes my identity. So I have to start, as a visually impaired person. It's very hard. Even swimming, I can't see. So it becomes my identity.
Correct.
If you remove that challenge or that problem I have decided to become my identity, there's nothing.
Yeah.
So there's no, I will not let you
We
help
can
me.
conquer so much.
So I cannot let you give me solutions. Because
look for solutions. Be a solution giving person. You'll even progress in life. Look at it and say, what can I do?
It's true.
And stop fighting with things. There's nothing you can do about it. If you're feeling overwhelmed, don't swim in the pain and the confusion and the anxiety. Oh, I'm depressed. I can't do anything about it. Oh, what I'm nijali, the pity party. Ask yourself. By the way, what I've come to learn at this, approaching my 30s, your solutions are right here. Within the palm of your hand. Everything within you can do it. You can ask yourself now, when I'm feeling very overwhelmed with this job, is there anything I can do about it? Can I get in earlier to finish those tasks? Can I leave later? Can I carry some work at home so that I'm able to, can I read more? Can I focus? Can I stop the distraction? Find the solutions, and they're within you. It's not your bad boss, toxic boyfriend, toxic. What you're not changing, you're choosing.
It's true. You repeat what you do not repair.
Correct.
It will be different environment, but the same. I'm like, preach.
Yeah. And you just keep on doing activism on social media, and you're not making progress.
It's true. Oh, I think actually, there's a discussion we're having why activism is growing right now. I think life yangu iko na shida mingi, ni rahisi niende nifightie so and so because I can't look at my own life, ni ngumu. So I'll be there fighting for
someone else.
Nani. So if this comes, I jump to this. I jump because internally I am not looking for solutions.
And you cannot change anyone. You cannot change people's situation. You have to look and think, what can I do for myself? And then of course, once your cup is full, it's much easier to pour out to others. It's so much easier. You are a happier person, so you can encourage Mwende. You are a more loving person because you've worked on yourself. But the more you keep feeling overwhelmed and doing nothing about it, you just toxic person in a different environment, in a different relationship. And once you master it when you're younger, the prioritization, like what season am I in, what should I do better. Then it's easier when you're older and the responsibilities are more.
Becomes easier.
What else can I think we've already discussed about comparison.
Actually,
honey, stop browsing on the internet.
It comes back to confidence. When you're looking for confidence, you're looking for increasing your self-esteem. When you're looking at planning for your life, when you're talking about work-life balance, when you're talking about really everything, it's all about stop comparing yourself.
Correct. We're on very different journeys. And if you look for a reason for misery, you'll find it.
But then imagine that's true. Like ukitafuta kasoro. Itakuwa hata kwanza unaona nywele yangu inatokea sasa hivi, si nywele ni mbaya. Tutoe yote tuchome. It's true.
You really have to be very, very careful about and it's something I've learned along the way. They're called your gates. What are you listening to? What are you watching? And what are you speaking?
I feel like you need a book.
Agree.
You need a book. James like,
yeah, you have to be very.
You're welcome.
And the Bible says anything that makes you sin, cut it off. Sin is your coveting. Constantly browsing on Instagram 1 hour, 2 hours, and feeling I need to have this, I need to have this, I need to have this. You'll never have time to look at yourself.
You'll never create you.
You'll never create
When will you ever?
Because you're always busy in front watching other people's lives. So if you can take an hour every day to just say, what are my duties for the day? What can I prioritize? What can I let go? And be very willing. Once you understand yourself, you're able to say a firm no. And no is a full
complete statement. You don't need to say no, it's no. But then also, I feel like when you're saying no, it depends on unasema your no. Because then I can be like, no.
Yeah.
But you see, once you have there's a conviction that comes from that understanding and everything, you'll be like, no. You know, it's not.
Simple. And you know, like you don't have to. And I feel like so many of us are so in need of validation. So we are always constantly people pleasing, and that's why we can never prioritize
it's
ourselves.
True. Oh my God, do you think if I do this itakuwa sawa?
They'll never invite me to another party.
To the same because I missed the other time. Because now I won't have friends. If I say that, what will they think? They'll think I'm bitter.
And let me tell you, what I like about these men, I feel like men are very comfortable with prioritizing themselves. And that's why we get angry at them.
I think it's more of jealous that turns into anger.
Correct. It's jealous because we cannot prioritize us. They will not ask questions. They will not have guilt about prioritizing their things. They don't. Imagine me, I'm going to watch ball. He's gone. You cry. You know, and that's the same thing you need to adapt in our own lives. That we should be able to prioritize whatever is important for us in that season. So if it's my children, be ready to, I'm going to stay home and take care of my children. Like if it's my single friends, or let them go out, let them have fun, wish them well. Comment on their pictures and say, oh,
leave the heart emoji.
Yeah, without feeling like the constant. Once you are able to understand yourself and accept yourself and your seasons, balance becomes easier. And it will never be one time there'll be something, things will be bouncing off.
So I think we've had a wonderful discussion. Thank you. So Akishi needs to write her book. I'm just like, books are coming.
I will. And I'll start my own content. Whether you've inspired
Akishi
me.
needs to. When you start, invite me, I'll come. I'll just be the chick who'll be like, so thank you so much for watching. So we've gone through the whole story for work-life balance. And thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let them down below. As usual, I'll put all her description, like any information that she's willing to share. Again, willing to share. I'll put it in my description box so you can just go through. And if she comes up with any projects, any amazing plans, she had one we shall not mention, but ikirudi, I will also let you know.
You'll be the first to know.
We will let you know. So thank you so much for watching. Bye. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.